Do you overthink? The answer is probably yes. So, what do you do after that? You do more thinking and some more thinking and probably a little more thinking. What's the outcome? Nothing. You're going to feel shittier, right? So, if you Google overthinking, right, the meaning of overthinking, you will get my name. That's how I mastered the overthinking. And because of the overthinking, the only benefits that I've got was like the anxiety. I feel so shitty about myself. There's no confidence. I can't even just face people. Like I literally can't even just go and have a conversation with anybody. That's the level of, confidence that I had. Like I was shattered. I was like probably, in the basement of the rock bottom section. The rock bottom section, and there is a basement. I was right there. Okay. So here's what you need to do when you get that overthinking thing in your mind. So first of all, you need to understand how exactly this overthinking works, okay? Think of it like a two-way relationship. It's the best analogy that I can give you is the egg and the chicken. Think of it like that way, okay? Overthinking is on one hand, and because of this overthinking, and see, the thing is, if you're really thinking about the good things like the marriage, your birthdays, your whatever, the new job, whatever you're thinking about, the good thing, right? That's okay. It's good for your soul, it's good for your body, and you're smiling, you're like, your heart is filled with all flowers and roses and shit like that. That's okay. But the thing is, the overthinking naturally predominantly happens on the negative situation, and you recreate a lot of scenes and situations in your mind, and these are the potential things that can possibly happen, and you're not just creating situations, but you're recreating situations, and you're pretty much stuck in the loop. And that's when the overthinking is coming into play. Now, what is overthinking? Thinking too much, overthinking, right? Now the thing is, because of the overthinking, it can lead to mental health, bad mental health. Poor mental health. Okay, that's like, first it changes, like you changes your mood. You don't really feel good about yourself. You don't really feel good about everything. You're feeling low because of mood fluctuation, right? That's happened. That's probably on a surface level. You don't really feel good about yourself, and then you're probably getting angry. You're having this voice in your mind, your voice in your head, and then you lose your confidence, and then you get this anxiety, and then you get this depression. So all of these things, I can put all of them in the same bucket, and this can cause the overthinking, and overthinking can cause all of this. So it's like a two-way relationship. It goes hand in hand, like a beautiful couple, right? Now, what are you going to do when you get this overthinking, when you face this overthinking, when you're going through this overthinking? How do you deal with it? So I'm going to give you two solutions. One is the long-term solution, and one is a temporary solution. Okay? Why not permanent? Well, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. So I'll give you a long-term solution, what works, and I'll give you a temporary solution. First, I want to talk about the temporary solution, okay? So the temporary solution, I'm breaking down into three categories. The first one is the mind. You need to either occupy your mind. When I say occupy your mind, either occupy or distract. Pretty much both are the same, the way that I look at it. So you need to occupy your mind on something. And I'll tell you what are those. When it comes to mind, the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to completely disconnect. When I say disconnect from your world, from your work, from your laptop, from your people, from your parents, from your society, from your friends, from your spouse, from your kids, from your phone, everything. Online, offline, you're completely disconnected, and you're just going to take off. Take off. Just go. Don't have a destination. Don't have a return date. Just leave. If you want to pack your bags, pack your bags. If you don't want to pack your bags, that's fine too. Just leave. Just get the fuck out. When you leave, don't just leave. Make it more purposeful. Watch people, right? See them, observe them. Don't judge them, but observe them. See the kind of people, the kind of food they eat. The conversations they have. I want you to go really far from your place, from your regular thing. Because if you're going to be fucking with your city, and then there's nothing really happening, right? So you gotta completely disconnect yourself and just get out. The second thing, what I want you to do is go spend some time in the graveyard. Oh yes, just spend some time over there. Sit in silence. Just look at all the names. Every name over there, every block has a story. So spend some time, try listening to the silence, and just see how worse your current problem that you're dealing with in your head, see how worse that is. It's like a little comparison, like an instantaneously you're comparing it. That's the second thing. Number three, I'm giving you some of the unconventional things over here that you don't usually find out there. Number 3, go to YouTube, and then I want you to, search in the search bar, world's most saddest videos. Okay? And then you will get a lot of videos. Sit and watch. And just cry and cry hard. Just cry. Regardless of whatever your age is, there are certain things that will really touch humans on a different level. Just watch and just cry. Just cry for everything that you're consuming. Just go and cry. Crying, right? I mean, it just enriches your soul. So just cry, okay? These are the 3 things that I can give you. Apart from that, I mean, what else you can do? Just go to a movie, go to a concert where you can just take your mind off. That's with your mind. Number 2, get physical. Now, don't have ideas about having sex. That's not really what I'm talking about. Well, maybe you can have it, but that's again short term, right? But I'm really talking about get physical. When I say physical, right, I mean choose somebody and then go give them a hug. Like a really tight hug. Doesn't necessarily have to have a reason, but just go and give a hug, like a really tight hug. Close your eyes for a long time. I don't know, like 15 seconds, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, I don't care. Just go and hug, like really hug them and just feel it in your blood and bones. Just don't say it, don't think about it, but just feel it that I'm there. I am there for you. So it gives a sense of protectorship, if that word exists. I don't know if the word exists, but it gives a sense of protectorship for you. And doesn't really matter if you're a man, if you're a woman, it doesn't really matter. When you're going and hugging them and just saying that, you know what, I'm here for you, that gives you a source of strength. Okay? And those words don't just come out like that. It needs to come from a source of strength. And you need to literally feel it. That's why I'm just saying that don't think about these words, but just feel these words in your blood and bones. Just give them a hug, close your eyes and just say, I'm there for you. I'm here for you. You know what I'm trying to say? The second thing about get physical is lock yourself into a room, only if you want to, and then dance. Put on your favorite music. I want you to dance. Just dance your body out. Just shake it up. Just dance. Dance to forget. Dance to remember. Dance until you, dance until you cry. Just dance. Like completely let everything go and just dance. Dance like the world doesn't exist. Dance like this is your last day. And just celebrate. Okay? Just dance. And the third one, of course, is my favorite. Just go work out. Trust me on this. Everyone who's watching this video, working out is one of the therapeutic activity that you can do. 45 minutes to 1 hour of intense workout can give you, like a next level of mind shift. Okay? The longevity of the feeling good factor is not going to be there for a long time, but it can help you with it. Okay? It'll help you. It will certainly help you with the mental state, with your current mental state. So make sure you get your workout done. Number 3, changing your environment. Just change your environment. If you're living in a house, if that house is really bothering you, change your house. Change your environment. Change your living space. Change the arrangement. Just, redesign your living room. Redesign the room whichever the room that you are spending most of your time. First thing is like when you're doing all these things, it's going to give you that your mind is so occupied with how am I going to redesign the whole thing so that it's going to be focused on that. That's the first thing. And the next thing is it gives you a sense of, new feeling. It's a new thing. It's like a new, it's a new thing. And if you want to push it to the next level, just change your place. Change your place. As long as you're not living in your own house, change your house. Change your place that you live in. Change your place that you work. Just change it. Change your environment. The more you are stuck in your environment, and if let's say that I have lost my girlfriend, for example, and if I'm going to be like in the same space, this is going to give me so much of situations in my mind, like, oh my God, that was the couch that we sat and watched the TV. That was the, you catch my fucking drift, right? So change your environment. That's going to give you a little bit of breather. These are some of the things that you can do for the temporary things. Now I'll give you an exercise. It's pretty much the long term when you do this exercise. Okay, this exercise can go up to 1 hour, 2 hours, sometimes even 3 hours. Doesn't really matter. So first, what I want you to do is I want you to get into a room where there's nobody, and then I want you to take a deep breath. Sit in silence for a second. Okay, just sit in silence for a second. Don't take your phone. Don't have anything with you except a piece of pen and a paper. Okay, and then I want you to sit down. You just do this every time when you are like, you catch yourself in this overthinking plot. What you've got to do is this particular exercise. Okay, what you got to do is just lock yourself in the room and completely disconnect. And then what I want you to do is just write down every single thing that you're thinking of. Okay, every single thing that you're thinking of. You're overthinking that recreation of the situations in the scenarios. Just write down everything. Okay, this can go long list. This can go on a long list. Now you have things over there. When you're writing it, you're not just writing it. There are multiple senses working. So you are feeling it. You're not just writing it. Okay, whatever's in your mind, you're just writing it. Everything is there right now. And now analyze the potential downside of it. If these things happen, if these are the causes, what are the effects? How will this impact my life? What are the effects? Now write it down. Write all of these things down. Okay, now when you're writing down the downside of it, I want you to analyze what are the potential things that can happen if these things can happen. Yeah, so this is what I'm overthinking. This is what I'm worried about. If this happens, then this could impact me in this way, in this way, in this way. Just write it down as much as you can. The reason is why am I stressing so much is because it is so impactful. It just works. It just works like magic. Okay, so just do it. That's your first step. Moving on to the second step. Now keep those papers right in front of you, and then you sit and close your eyes, and you need to literally imagine this is your, I don't know, second last day, third last day, probably even last day of your life. Okay, you are in your hospital or you're in your deathbed. You're just waiting. People are waiting, right? I mean, you just literally have to, you just have to think about everybody who's just standing there, and some are waiting for you to die, and there are some who are really, who don't want you to die, and there are doctors, there are nurses, there are hospitals, there's all of that shit. And this is like, you've got another day or 2 days to live, and that's it. Like after that, you're like, poof, gone out, like you never existed in this world. That's how the situation is going to be. I want you to really imagine about the emotions that people are going through. What are the kind of thoughts that is going on in your mind? The good things, the bad things, the regrets, the guilt, the happiness, whatever the thing is. Just before you die, your life actually flashes, like entire life flashes in a minute. So just go through that particular thing. That's the second phase. And it's not just that. When you go through that, now think about whatever the overthinking that you're doing right now. Does it matter on that particular day? The answer is probably no. Probably and possibly no. Okay? But of course, there are always exceptions. And I'm giving these exceptions because humans are very complex creatures. We are complex. Okay? So that's the second phase. Now moving on to the third phase. Think that you're dead. I want you to lie down. Okay? So I've been to this place and they made me do this. And it just gave me a complete different mind shift altogether. Think that you're dead. You're just lying down. Today is a funeral. Okay, it's a very intense exercise if you do it properly. So do this like 20 minutes of writing, 20 minutes of recreating the situation that you're in a hospital, second last day, and the next 20 minutes, keep it like that, okay? And the last 20 minutes, you're lying down and you're thinking about, is your funeral, think about the people who are coming there, everybody who is attending your funeral, what are they going through, what are their emotions, what are they going to do, and what are they going to do on day number 1, day number 2, day number 3. Eventually, you're gone from the face of this earth. And then day number 5, day number 10, eventually, the smiles and everything will come back to people's face. That's how the world works, right? And it goes on, and you're just gone. So, on your first day of your funeral, the second day, third day, it's just gone, right? Any of these overthinking, whatever you're thinking, doesn't matter. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.